Welcome to the Third Faction Podcast. We are gamers.
We are hard chargers.
And casuals.
We are serious.
And ridiculous. We are RP Coven.
Kermit.
Fu Manchu.
And Miss Listra. We are the Good People in Gaming Podcast.
We are the Third Faction.
Hello, Craig. It was brought to my attention that Craig is not actually AI. He is just a bot.
He's a what?
A bot. Like, there's no intelligence to him. He just does, hey, start recording. Okay, now stop recording.
I thought you said butt.
Bot. Well, he's a butt, too.
Oh, okay.
He used to be a bigger butt, but then I did some follower dungeons in WoW, and that's where the real bot AI flappers are.
You're not going to get over that, are you?
Never. No, like if you purposely program something to be the worst thing in the game, like I am doing this dungeon because I'm tired of running around with idiots who pull extra stuff and don't just follow the tank. And what do? Pull extra stuff and don't just follow the tank. You suck, Blizzard.
So basically, they're like having real party members, right?
Yes, and I don't like you do follower dungeons. So you don't have to deal with real party members. Please, for the love of God, stop sucking so damn bad.
You know what? I'm not regretting my choices right now. I'm just saying, I'm not regretting them.
Well, if you came back, you wouldn't be doing dungeons with followers. You'd just be like, can you come do this with me, Govan? And I'd be like, yeah. And then Ainsley and I would two-man it, and you'd be like, whee!
Oh my God, is that what I'm looking for now? A free ride?
Ainsley, like we were doing some Mythic Pluses with some friends, and one of them only heals. So she went DPS, and they have that new one-button rotation thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she did pretty freaking solid DPS using just the one-button rotation.
Are you kidding?
No, it's the one-button rotation. As long as you like spam the button, you should be pretty fine.
I can't believe they've dumbed it down to the one button. That is,
that was at the end of last expansion.
Yeah, I know, and I never used it then either. I like control. No. I'm a control freak. Have you not figured this out?
Well, you still have control. You have the control to hit the button or not. It's simple as that.
I think there's still a better way. I mean, they think they've got it down to this is the best rotation for. Okay, you've taken all the fun out of the game. Isn't that what used to be the game?
Well, no. Well, so instead of having to worry about your rotation and not dying, which let's face it, some people have struggles doing. You can't maintain DPS because you're too busy trying to pay attention. So now you can just one button and then just make sure you don't die. And that, in and of itself, is the new challenge.
I still think it was more of a challenge to figure out a best rotation for your top DPS. So
yeah, I mean,
I'm just still thinking it's kind of like, okay, all the other people. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
There was a few people who came out very harshly, like Bellular and some others. But then, I mean, they made other videos after it said, maybe it wasn't the worst thing that happened to WoW. I mean, there's plenty of other things worse than was single button rotation that's happened to WoW than a single button rotation.
Right.
Okay, this is true. But
so
I just
you
think
say thank you to Blizzard.
They're dumbing it down to the point of why play? Just push a button so it plays the whole game for you. Okay.
Say
it'll
thank you to Blizzard. Say thank you, Blizzard. And they'll say,
Blizzard.
Welcome to the Third Faction Podcast. Founded by World of Warcraft players, we've expanded our community to whatever the hell Listra and Kermit are playing this week, and many other games from the Good People in Gaming Podcast. I'm the most obnoxious host, RP Govan. Joined with, as always, by the lovely Ms. Listra.
Hey, everybody. Nice to be here.
And the one, the only, the Germerator.
Hello? Hello?
That's Kermit.
Kermit the Toad.
Kermit the Toad. Yeah, we got copyright infringements.
We had to go back to your germ because that's what I call you in Discord sometimes. Because of your name.
True.
Germ.
Yep.
Germ.
Germ. Oh wait, we could call him Germ if people be like typing in GERM looking for him in Discord and they'll never find him.
My
There we go.
Discord is JRM. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Come on down, have a visit, stop
Oh,
and
yeah.
say hi, look at some of the artwork.
And
You know,
I've managed to open up the channels in ours again, so people
awesome.
can just drop in at will. So if there's somebody hanging around,
Well,
the
and you don't
channels
even
are
have
open.
you don't even have to wait for Will. You can just come in
Mm-mm.
without.
Yep. That's it.
Great. Yeah,
Short.
it'd be nice to have some people drop in, leave some comments so we can read them, see how they're enjoying the podcast. You know,
Be like, you guys suck, but your ads are amazeballs.
Jesus.
I can see it now.
Okay. Addressing the elephant in the room. Yes, we did some changes again. There's going to be a couple ads. It's not that big a deal, folks.
Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully they'll be entertaining and not anything that's terrible. If it's something terrible, I'm sorry. It's
No,
not.
I can control that actually. I have more
Okay.
control than that. I have actually tried to pull some things that I figured would be less tasteful out.
Ooh,
Right.
like eating dog poop.
What?
It's less tasteful.
Oh my god! Like, why? Why is that the first thing that pops in your head when it comes to
Never.
less
No.
tasteful? You couldn't say like escargot or something. It's just eating dog
Have
shit.
you had escargot?
Yeah, I mean, but some people don't like it.
Well, but is it more than just the stigma that it's snails? I
Oh
mean, I've eaten
dear.
some nasty things.
Probably,
I can't.
bro. She can't. She's the one that can't today.
Yeah, but that's my job, is to be the canter.
Yes, this is true.
And it's your
all the
job to be the
statements you made.
decanter for my alcohol.
What?
Yeah,
I'll
no.
let you guys simmer on that
No.
for a second.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's gonna have to sink in. That's gonna.
I mean, I get it and all, but yeah, still no.
No,
Still no.
you don't want to drink some of my alcohol.
No, I do. No,
See,
I do.
a
However,
decanter is something that stores alcohol for use later. So if you drink enough, you actually store some alcohol in your belly while it waits to be processed. See, so your belly can become a decanter.
Okay, so since we're leading into this anyway, go ahead and talk about your weekend, Mr.
yeah,
Goldman.
tell about your weekend. Let's hear about
Tell
it.
us
Get it
about
out
the
of the way.
weekend.
I went to Kentucky.
I think he's
So
still there.
it's actually funny at work. I have to like not tell people that I'm going to Kentucky because it seems like I don't know if you guys can hear it. I got a little bit of a scratchy throat. Every time I go to Kentucky, I get a little sick. So it's like so whenever they find out that I go, they're like, oh, he's going to take a day off this week and blah blah blah. So the goal is to not miss a day of work this week.
Okay,
That would be good. That would be good.
Well, yeah. So we went and did a cocktail class at Maker's Mark. So that was, I believe the guy who ran it was Colin. Did a fantastic job. It was a lot of fun. Because you did a tour first, you got to try some different pours at different places, and then afterwards we made a not quite a Manhattan, and a basically a paper plane.
What? Okay.
Okay.
A paper
that a
plane is a
drink? A paper
cocktail that
plane?
has bourbon, it has Aperol,
I
and it
don't like
has
that right already.
lime juice.
You said Aperol and I was out. That was it.
No, believe it or not, a paper like if you had a paper plane, it would be like drinking a very nice lemonade on the porch in the summer. Like
Really?
it would be worth it. It
So
is actually pretty good.
if I go into my local and say I want a paper plane, is that actually going to be a thing? Will they know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's truly a thing.
Okay, maybe not in
I
my
don't,
town,
you
but
know,
I'll go up the road a
I'm
little
not
bit.
creative enough to make up drinks. I can't do that. But yeah,
Okay.
Sometimes when you talk those drinks, I'm like, is that made up? Did he just make that up?
So yeah, so we did that, and so we drove down Saturday morning, and then did that tour. Then we went to Ainsley and I are both part of the reserve club at Bardstown Bourbon Company. So we went. It was our day to go and pick up the first of the year's bottle and stuff. So we did that, and that was nice. We had a good time. Saw some people that we knew from up here, and also people that we'd seen before. So we got some nice alcohol. They're coming out with a Cascadia bourbon. So it's bourbon that's secondary aged in Oregon oak trees or barrels, obviously. And if you can't guess where Oregon oak is made, you need to get geography or hearing lessons. So did I say Oregon oak made? I should say grown. It's actually Northern California all the way up to British Columbia, so it is more than just Oregon. I was a smart ass and I said Washington, and I was right, because that's what I do.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that was basically it. We didn't do, we were like, oh, let's go do this afterwards, and then we got back to the hotel room and we had cups and plenty of bottles. We're like, let's just stay in the hotel and watch a movie and drink some bourbon.
And drink your own bourbon instead of paying somebody else for the same stuff.
Yeah, it was some of the stuff that we had purchased. It was really good too. So we had a good night overall.
So let me get this straight. I'm always kind of confused about this. So you're part of a club that when they make the bourbon, once the barrel's done for even last year or the year before, they'll call you and say, "Hey, your bourbon that you ordered is done. You already paid for it," and then you go down and get it. Am I?
That's close to what it is. So Bardstown Bourbon Company, last year they came out with 3 special bottles. They came out with the Cathedral, which was a bourbon that was secondary aged in oak barrels made from the same French oak trees that were cut down to, from the same lot of land that were cut down to repair Notre Dame de Paris. And
Really?
they also came out with a Japanese. So there's this crooked ash tree in Japan that it's very regulated how much you can cut down, and it's a very crooked tree, so making staves out of it is really hard. So they made a one out of that, and then they did another one, and I can't recall off the top of my head what it was, but it was also pretty good. So, but we got those 3. We got 3 of those, or 1 of each, and then also in the box, one of them came with a Ferrand Discovery or Ferrand Collaboration Series. Another one came with the original recipe that was one of the original recipes that isn't actually released. So we got a bottle of that, and then there was a 3rd bottle. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
So this year, the first one is Cascadia. The next one, I'll know in August what that is, and then there'll be one in December.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, nami in my tummy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds great. I mean, as far I'm not, you guys know me. I don't drink, so. But I mean, if I was drinking or decided to drink, maybe. I mean, I don't. I like the smell of rubbing alcohol, but I don't know if I like it going into my lungs and my.
Well, if it's in your lungs, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how I do it. I breathe alcohol in. See, that's what fish do. That's what.
I got you.
The trick is you take a sip and you burn the shit out of your entire mouth. You take a sip and you just let it sit in your mouth. You swish it around to completely familiarize your mouth with, hey, it's like eating a jalapeno. You take the first bite of a jalapeno, that's a really, really spicy jalapeno. First thing all you really feel is the burn, but then afterwards, okay, now I can actually start getting some of the flavors out of it. So it's like you have to acclimate your mouth to the burn so you can get the flavors.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Just like with everything.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue that fact. You got some pretty sound logic right there. I mean,
I try to live on logic's side. But yeah, I did some things on the drive home today that my wife says is, Ainsley says was highly illogical.
Oh no.
Oh,
And I know how
okay.
you
So this-
drive.
We were in a 55. This guy starts slowing down. He's doing less than 50. I'm still in a passing lane. The closest thing and he puts on his left turn signal. The closest thing that he could be turning left onto is 1,000 feet away.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
he's already gone below 55. So I passed him.
Mhm.
Passed him on the left, knowing full well that there was no way he was turning left until he made it another 900 feet. It's like, fuck this. I'm not playing your stupid game. So
Slow
I'm
way
sure
the hell
everyone
down.
is
Huh?
like, you're freaking insane. Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
but-
I've ridden with him.
I'm not sitting there riding behind some asshole who's like, oh, I'm going to slow down and make you go. Nope, I'm not playing that stupid game. You started slowing down when we're still in a passing lane to make a left turn 1,000 feet away. I'm passing you. You can make a left turn behind
No,
me.
I don't slow down until I hit the lane.
That's my. Yeah, that's my.
Then you jam on the brakes and you're good.
Like if he would have kept going like 55, 60, for a reasonable distance, and then started slowing down at a reasonable spot, trap me by that yellow line, I'll slow down. At that point, touche, you won. But yeah, no, I'm not playing that game.
All right. Hey, let's get on track here a little bit. How's your airplane game going?
Oh, I beat it. Well, I beat the 6-minute one. So there's multiple modes, and the one that I jumped right in and tried to do I would say the hard mode, which is trying to actually open the entire world, take over the entire world with my airline, if you will. And
Okay.
I finally opened the second I unlocked the last country, the game was over. It didn't even let me connect the airport. It didn't let me keep playing. It was
What?
like, boom. Well, because that was the mode I was in.
Oh, okay.
Unlock
Okay.
the world. So there is a free play mode that I could do where I can just do whatever the hell I want. But yeah, so I reached the pinnacle of the free play mode, had unlocked everything, and yeah. So then I did some of the other ones. Like one of them was to just unlock 5 countries. So like if you do end up buying this game, I would recommend doing some of the simpler ones before you jump in and do what I did.
So don't do a Govan.
Okay, go ahead.
What just
Well,
happened?
open the game.
Oh.
I don't know.
All of a sudden I get dead air and I'm like, nope. What did we just do?
He straight slapped out dead air. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too. I was like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, so it was when I opened this to start looking at the different game modes. So yeah, so once you click play, there's discover the world, and that's the one where you have to open every single thing, every 6 minutes.
And there he goes again. Govan, come back. Leave the game alone. Leave the game alone, sir.
Go and come back.
Yeah.
I just want you close to me.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, you
I
can't
got a
do
brand
that.
new computer and it freezes up like that. I'm gonna have to check and see what the hell's not working properly on this thing.
It just cuts off your sound, as far as we know.
Yeah, that's
No,
all
my
I heard.
whole because I started the game, I had one game open, then I opened another game, and everything just went to shit.
Well, that's not good
Yeah.
for a brand new PC. So
Correct. So I'm gonna have to do some research into that. Anyways, so there's multiple scenarios that you can do. First one was easy, just open 5 countries in Europe, which is, over and done quick as hell. The second one was to survive, or within 10 minutes, 10 or 20 minutes, make $10,000 for while in America. And that one, is not so hard. But so there's little ways that it teaches you how to,
how to play the
get
game,
into
right?
the game and blah,
It's like a tutorial, but
yeah.
better.
Well, there's a
Okay.
tutorial too, which was also relatively easy, but yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
So worth looking into if you're into that kind of game. It's kind of like his beavers.
Play with the beaver.
Had to mention the
Yes,
beavers. Sorry, that was my bad.
definitely his
Beavers. I
beavers.
still need to go back into that game.
Yeah, now that it's actually released this year, crazy.
Yeah,
Got released in March.
yeah. It's no
I-
longer a crazy.
I can't believe you haven't been into it yet.
There's so much. Like, there's too many damn games, man.
Oh, please. You are
Stop.
preaching to the choir.
You got-
Stop there.
You got 2 games you're responsible for, and
Well,
that
okay,
was
Oh
one
my
of them.
God.
let's be absolute factual here. There's way too much stuff to do in World of Warcraft alone, and on top of everything else. So,
From what I hear, I'm not going to deny that. I remember back in the day playing for sure, but I mean, it's like a lot of them MMOs, whatever. There's always something going on. Considered dailies, do this, do that.
Yeah, special events, all that.
well, it's
But
it's right at the beginning of the expansion, so you got that shit going on. While you haven't completely learned everything for your professions and stuff. So if you're a completionist and you have 6 alts that have all the different professions and you're trying to get all the professions, and so that means that you really kind of need your alts all at max level 2, and they all need to be, so every day on 6 different characters you're doing something, you're stretching
6.
yourself a bit thin.
Yeah, well, you need to get rid of 6 different characters, man. What the?
Are you insane?
Get one. Get one character. Most normal people have one character.
okay, but here's the problem with that. See, one character, limited professions.
Yeah, you only have 2 professions, 2 of the normal professions, and then you could have cooking, fishing, and archaeology. But I don't even think they do upgrades for archaeology.
I don't even think archaeology is even a thing anymore. It's kind of like pets now.
Well, it's still in the game, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't done it in so many expansions.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there used to be special pets you'd get for doing archaeology. That was part of the thing, and pets have now kind of gone by the wayside. So there's a lot of things, a lot of stuff.
Well, pets still exist, but it's not the.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Not the
This
same.
is a non-combat pet. Well, then why the fuck am I collecting them?
Yeah. Unless are you going to be able to turn them loose in your house? I mean, that would be my thing.
You might be able to. I'm not going to say no, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't.
See,
I've done so little with housing right now.
not my thing.
For your WoW guy, I don't do much of the stuff that a lot of people are entertained by. The Pokemon part of WoW, or the housing, or that kind of stuff. Mine is all more like I'm working my professions. I'm trying to find a Mythic Plus team. I'm raiding.
What's a Mythic Plus team? What's that mean?
Doing dungeons
At a
Okay.
little higher
harder.
level.
And the more, so you have a Mythic Plus, which, like, if you just go in and do a Mythic dungeon, it's a Mythic 1. You complete that dungeon, that gives you a key we refer to it as a +2. So you complete that. If you do it fast enough, you can do what they call 3 keying it. So that key becomes a +5. Or if you do it only a little fast enough, you get a +2. Or if you just complete it in time, you get a +1. So it'll become an M3. And if you don't complete it in time, it just stays a 2, but it becomes a different key. Now, let's say you do an M5 and you don't time it. It'll become an M4 key for a different dungeon, or the same dungeon. It's one of 8 dungeons that it has a chance to become.
Okay.
Now, this season, though, seems to be a fairly simple season, so it's not so bad. But Tuesday, it looks like a new patch is coming out. it's like 12.0.5. So people will be we'll see what changes happen, and there'll be buffs and other things that'll come out. New time sucks that'll take over, and yeah, it just becomes obnoxious.
It becomes obnoxious.
Another time sucking. Yeah, it's good. You just suck control away.
A time sucking vampire.
Okay.
Yeah.
well,
Love it.
What did you guys play this week?
Oh, I have one thing to add to that.
Oh,
I
okay.
just found out. So I'm going to a Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee this next weekend, and
Ooh.
one of the panels has a bunch of voice actors on it, and Patty Matson's going to be there. So I'm actually really excited to go sit in on that panel.
But you may have to explain who that is to some people.
Yeah, Sylvanas. She does the voice of Sylvanas and several others. So yeah, she is. She's been one of my favorites for a long time, and she also does some other things too. A lot of other games and voiceover acting. So yeah, she's really cool to have around. Love her. I'm kind of excited to go see that. Anyway, back to what we were doing. That was my add-on for WoW.
Stuffing things.
Kermit and I went and played a game called Nightingale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm worried.
yeah, so are we.
Okay, so let me start real quick.
Start
okay?
out with this, okay?
I had a lot of high hopes for this game. It had watching certain people play and just kind of watching the ads on it and looking at what it involved, reading some things about it. I had a lot of high hopes for this game. And
As did I.
so I went in, of course, with these high hopes that it would be an absolutely amazing game. Now, with that said, I'm not saying that it's a horrible game. I'm not saying that I wouldn't play it for an extended period of time once learned. There were certain things about it that I liked and certain things I didn't. That's my opening on it. That's all I'm going to say until we get into the
Nitty-gritty.
details.
Yeah,
Right.
I think we're pretty much agreeable, I think, on both of that. I had high hopes for this game. I looked forward to it. I checked it out. It had some really different play, which is probably where part of this is coming from us. It doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
a bad game. However,
No.
so should we start at the beginning?
Let's
We've
start
already
at
kind of
let's start at one of the
led
greatest
people, so let's just
parts about the game. Let's just start with that. Yes. One of
okay.
the best parts about the game.
What was the name of the game again?
Nightingale.
Nightengale.
Close.
Not Ian. Nightingale.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
And
I
say
thought I
anything
heard
about
Ian.
spelling. I'm a horrible speller, so I ain't going to talk crap about that at all. That's not even a thing.
So it's Inflexion Games is the developer and the publisher. Do we want to go through all the other stuffs on it?
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah,
with
why not?
We'll go through the recommended. If the recommended is less than an i7 from now on, or whatever, we'll just do the recommended. So
Right.
the recommended is Windows 10 for some reason instead of Windows 11 because it's old, I'm guessing. Processor, an i5 8600, memory 16 gigabytes of RAM. A 2060 would be the recommended graphics. DirectX version 12 recommends broadband. I think Wi-Fi now can outdo what broadband was when this game came out. I'm guessing if it's only requiring a 2060. It does require a ton of fucking memory though. That's 16 gigabytes of memory recommended for both minimum and recommended. So that's a lot of memory space.
It's a little bit.
Storage is 70 gigabytes. SSD required. How can you can't buy my game unless you have an SSD? Watch me. I have an SSD. Don't get me wrong, but that's kind of absurd. If you
watch me,
watch me play it with random access. All right.
Yes.
Carry on, my wayward son. Don't you cry no more.
Gloopy dog.
So why is it okay? Start with the good.
All right, let's start with character creation, because honestly, the character creation was amazing. If you could put this type of character creation in other games that are formed and lined in with RPG status, and actually get the traits of that, say you start out with your great grandparents, then your grandparents, your parents, and then you. They have the ability to do a tree on the way these people look. And then as the tree goes down, you get their traits like eyes and cheekbones and all of these different things about them, and I thought in my head, I'm like, that's one way to build a character, right? Like that's So I was pretty impressed with that.
This is probably one of the most unique character creations that we have ever done. And I really did like the lineage thing. In fact, as we were creating this, I had picked out one character to start with, because you can just grab a random face to start with. And then I went back and I pulled in who was going to be on my family tree. And I'm like, well, this isn't going to work according to who was on the family tree. And I actually molded my character more toward what was coming out of the family tree. Now, I have no idea how this plays into the game at this point. Absolutely none.
At this point, so that it does matter when you play the game.
I have no idea. That's just it. I would hope it would. I would hope there would be some place. I'm hoping there's some place that we haven't seen that this comes into play, because I think that could be. Yeah, that would be ideal.
You have the famed Lothard butt chin. You must be.
No, I'm hoping that it's someplace. No.
But how cool would that be? Is like, oh, you have the butt chin or cleft chin, whatever you want to call it.
No, we call it butt chin.
of
cleft
this
chin
family.
of the mighty.
So you get access to this family's bonus shit. Like, how cool would that? That would be a cool bonus.
Yeah.
Well, the lineage in different races and the way they look and stuff like that was a kind of a big deal. But the thing about it too is, when you get so you get to the point where you're done with your lineage and all that stuff, you get your face line, you can pick your character, and at that point you move this cursor all around and it changes the dialect of your face. Like, it'll go everywhere from the forehead to the eyebrows to the cheekbones to the teeth, the nose, your chin.
It totally warps your face. Yeah. It's crazy how much it can change with these sliders that they have set up in here. It's not even a slider. It's not even a slider. It's like, I don't even know what to call that. Okay. I'm not a game developer.
I would consider it a slider. I would consider it a slider. I mean, it has a lot of it's just a quantum movement. Like all kinds of, it goes from one thing to another. Like,
it looks like your personality graphs. Okay. That's what I think of it. It reminds me of the personality graphs, where you have the square and you have your different traits on the edges of it, and you slide it around according to the X and Y. Okay. That's what's going on here.
Like the one where it's kind of like a 5-star and you can drag it around left and right or whatever.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, what you could, there's so much manipulation you can do with the facial features. It's kind of crazy. So, I liked that part of it a lot. I'm hoping that there's something that we've missed that we haven't seen yet. That is like, maybe when we go into different realms at some point, maybe we're supposed to run into old family members. I don't know.
Yeah. How many hours did you put into the game?
Not 10 hours. I mean,
about, I think it was 11, 12.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. I was going to go back and have a look. Yeah, I put 12 hours into it so far.
And I have
Yes.
not left the same realm.
Right.
That is I don't know. I guess that's a good thing. Maybe. I don't know.
There's no real another thing that I was disappointed with was, I guess we went into another server, so if you go solo, you probably get more instruction on where to go and what to do. But a friend of ours, we went into his server because we were checking out the multiplayer, which was okay. I mean, everything ran like it was supposed to run. Everything was, as far as when you had a quest, you could share your quest and all of those things. Those were on tap. Wonderful. Problem is if you didn't know where the quest was or what you were doing, because you didn't get to talk to, what's that guy's name?
Felix?
No, I think Felix was your helper. Or
Oh yeah, Felix was the helper. Yeah, at one time Puck disappeared and I
Puck.
didn't know where he
That's
was.
it.
Yep. Puck is the Fae that you talk to, little goat-looking dude. That's just one form that he takes on apparently. He'll tell you all about it, man. It's all about the Fae and the realms and the destruction. And you are going through these realms, but depending on what type of, whether you're going to pick a fighter, I think, what were there? 6 choices: drifter, magician, builder, adventurer, crafter, fighter,
Scholar, I think, was one.
scholar, and I thought there was one other one.
Yeah, there's another one. I
I don't
can't
remember what the
remember.
last one was. Yeah, so you can pick all of these. You have there's cards to play to change many different things in this game. Like even down to what kind of loot you get, whether you get better loot.
The weather, it can change the weather.
Your stamina, they can change. Some cards go into machines and they will open gates to other realms so that you can go through that gate and you fight a whole bunch of monsters and you go on from that one. So it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot and there's a lot of learning. And
Yeah, it's very extensive. And that's another
yeah.
a thing. I almost, and like I said, I'm not saying that the game's bad. I'm saying that it's going to take a lot of time to get the mechanics down. The UI wasn't very uh
Intuitive.
well, it I don't know how to put it. It wasn't it wasn't very friendly. You had to go into things like in your backpack, and then Liss'll agree with me on this. In your backpack, it'll show you have an item, but you're overweight, and it only shows you have the item. You got to go into the structure of what item it is to see how many you actually have that's weighing you down, right?
Right, because I could not figure out why I was overweight because I hit backpack, which you open it up and it shows you backpack. Okay, well, I'm not paying attention. I'm thinking that there's these little tabs off on the left side of it, and then it says, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the things were that I had in my backpack. There's different, categories. Instead of showing it to me in one big backpack where it's like, oh, okay, this is, everything's in your backpack. I thought the tabs would just sort it so you could find them a little more easily. Nope, that's not it. That's not it.
That's not it.
Because I found out I was carrying 200 of something that I didn't even know I had. So it's like, this is why I'm weighing. I have 20 pounds of freaking mushrooms or something that I've picked up in my journeys that I didn't even know I had. Because we're running around, we're just spamming E so that we can pick up all the mats we possibly can that are on the ground so we can use them for later. Yeah, I was,
That's funny.
that's 125% of my my weight. So I was like, I could literally, you are cranked over like an old man when your backpack is too full. You
Right.
cannot walk. So yeah,
And
it
that's
was
another thing. Another thing that they have two versions though. Like you can go into third person or you can stay into first person. First person view, absolutely amazing. Everything looks great. The graphics are good. Everything's doing well. Now the experimental, I believe it's experimental third person view on this. It looks like you're always looking at the ground. When you're chopping and you're doing things, it looks very uncomfortable and it's not pleasant to look at.
it looks awkward. It just doesn't look natural at all. I mean,
Right.
it's yeah. I mean, that's just a little critique. If they mean it to be played in first person, that's our fault, Oops, my bad. But
Right.
I did not. I don't like things up close and personal too sometimes. It's just some games I just don't like it.
I like a good game that does a good third person. I like a good game that does a good first person. If it's not made to do those things, stop trying to please everybody because you're going to end up ruining their experience. I do enjoy third person. I do enjoy first person. We've played a lot of games like that. One of
Yes.
biggest my biggest things is you're trying to integrate both, but you're doing it in a manner that's causing too many problems, and people that enjoy both can't enjoy that. They'll go back to the first person, great, perfect. But if they got to stay in the third person, or or they go to the third person and it ruins it for them, that's how it's going to roll, right? You're going to be like, oh my god, this game needs fixed, right? Like, you need fixed.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't feel like the game's a horrible game. I got into what I needed to get into. Of course, for me, I picked up the game because it's a building game. It's a game that you can survive and build. That was the whole point for me. And the quest lines really don't matter to me. How did you feel about you did a few of the quests with Brookie?
The quests feel few and far between. I mean, you look at the map and there's places for you to go, and there's a 1 or 2 right now that show up. It's not like you're picking up side quests or anything. I've not seen one side quest yet. You gotta go out, and when you start, you gotta go out and pick up your items, your original items, so that you can, start doing things like an axe or kind of what were the 5 things we had to pick up first?
Yeah, it was like an axe, a
An axe, a
knife.
pickaxe, a knife, and these were all laying in certain places along the map, and they're marked out on the map for you so you can see them.
Yeah.
Should you get them, then you don't have to learn the recipe that's in your book, which you go around and you pick up these essences when you pick things, chop things down, break rocks, kill things. There's these essences. And when you complete like what they call infested areas, you also will get a lot of these essences. Well, you get the essences and they build up and then you can get things with them. The leveling is a little bit weird too. I mean, because I think we're like, what, level 10 maybe? Maybe. I
I don't,
don't know.
I don't even
The
know. I didn't really like it. Didn't give me a notification of leveling for like a while, and then I end up looking, and you can see that circle. Remember that circle that tells you what
Yes.
level you are, and it was like 15 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden we were at these different levels and it really didn't. Oh, and then we had some more points to spend so we could get, X, Y, and Z in the game. So between having to figure out the cards, you have to buy into the cards, you have to buy into your schematics to build things, houses, furniture, weapons, work tables, all of that. You got to buy in to get that stuff with the resource that you're picking up. There's just a lot of stuff. I mean, picking up your people, you get calling cards like in the 1800s and whatever. You get a calling card, and then you can summon them to your home once you've put down your Karen. Then you have people that will actually work if you get the right workstations. So you can put people to work on your site, whether it be fishing, hunting, mining, whatever. So it's really involved, and it's been a lot to undertake. I told Kermit I didn't think I'd given it nearly enough time.
Yeah.
I think there's more to it that needs to be discovered, and I don't think I've given it enough time to be fair and equitable in my judgment. How's that? Is that okay?
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you.
I think
Let's
it's weird
let's
that we
do
haven't
this
gotten
real
that
quick.
far in 12 hours, though.
Right.
This isn't an overcompensation for 3 podcasts ago where you guys went all
No,
glowy review. This
no,
isn't an overcompensation.
no.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
a for
no.
real. This is for
Yeah,
real. We aren't, somebody said we don't. No, that's not what we're
no,
doing here.
not at all.
No.
I Yeah, I like certain games. Of course, generally like Mr. Govan likes his certain games. Miss Lister likes her certain games. And we enjoy those games to the point that when we're not in or doing research on other games, we're playing those games, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
this is the thing about me, which pretty much I'm pretty sure over the past year everybody knows what kind of games I like. I like building games, survival games, and I like tactical RPGs. That's pretty much my genre. Those are my genres. And this is one of the games that's in my genre, and I can't. I did some of the building. It looks good. I like the way you can put it together before it's together, and then you go and you grab the resources. Problem is, you have a person that'll follow you around and pick up resources, right? Once they're
Oh my
full,
god, yes.
they're full, right? Yeah, they can't carry anymore. You can't carry anything. If you put barely, I had barely some wood in my backpack just to finish the house, and I'm moving along. I can't even move, so I'm shuffling my feet. And you got, you don't have any storage right off the bat. You have to purchase the small storage, which I don't even remember what that was. What was that, Liz?
Um, oh,
Some
it was
fishing.
an angler's box, yeah, like an
Yeah,
angler's cruel where you'd put fish. It seems like you'd put fish in it,
yeah,
but
it's
they're
like a
using
tackle
it for
box.
storage. Yeah,
Right.
it looks like a creel.
That's the
That's what I'm
small
looking.
storage. And I didn't even get to the point of building that thing because I didn't learn it, because I was learning these stuff to build and I was learning all that kind of things. Ran out of course, the coin that you use to make it. Now, my thing is this. You should probably, as a developer, understand is the easier steps for people that don't want to have to go through, and they want to play the game opposed to having to struggle to build even a house so that you're safe from the wolves and everything else like that, because you're going to constantly die. You got what are those zombie guys that come out? You're going to constantly die. You don't have any protection. You can't build your stable environment in order to get started. Now I know we have what you have a little longer, and I probably have 10 hours into it. And am I going to leave it go? Probably not. Once I finish doing other things, I'll probably end up going back to it and looking at it and analyzing it a little bit better. But here's the thing: you want to play a game to have fun, not to analyze it to the point where you can't even remember once you open your inventory where to go to find the stats for things and this and that, and then I can't remember that. Where is that at? Where's this at? You know, the UI could be a little bit more helpful, like give you the places to look. Like you have a backpack, you have your skills, you got all that stuff, and then I don't know. That was just kind of my thing, and I just still didn't know what to level up. I had no idea how I got to this level. Was it the clothes I was wearing? Because I know we got clothes. Here's another thing. I myself personally, I don't judge anybody, but I don't typically like certain colors, just like anybody else don't like certain colors. I'm not a pink person. I'm not a purple person. I don't like being drug into that where I have to wear these things in order to survive. I don't like that. I don't think that that's a thing. You should be able to, if you have a set of armor, you should be able to pick the color, or at least break it down and transfer it into what you're wearing now, because I didn't. There's an umbrella in it. Is it manly at all? No, I'm a man. I mean, I think that they should have a manly umbrella if they need one, right? You could get a black umbrella. You don't have to have it purple and frilly. It doesn't have to be that way, but it is, right?
Right. Yeah. Um, I'm wondering if you couldn't. There's actually um, oh, I forget what they call it in there. But there's a way I think you could grind it up and maybe use pigments on it, but maybe not that particular item since that was a given item from the start. And
Right.
there's probably I think it was like a special piece too. It's like for an event. And it just happens to be way better than what we started out with. Way better. So yeah, we were stuck with this really purple, lacy, weird thing. It was it's very
I just didn't wear.
Victorian,
I didn't even
and I don't
care. I
like it.
didn't even wear it. I was just like, I'm just not wearing this. I like the Victorian look. Don't get me wrong. I like the Victorian look. I didn't mind the Victorian look. I thought, okay, with the top hat and all that, that was very cool. It just I wasn't putting that thing on.
You just couldn't do it. Yeah,
I
and
just
then you
couldn't
can
do
give
it.
this stuff to your follower too. You can give them things as well to wear and whatnot.
Right.
So it's yeah, yeah,
Right.
Right.
right, yeah.
That's
So
why you should just be colorblind. Then you don't even know what color you're wearing.
yeah, that would help. That would definitely help. I mean, there's some neat little interactions. I'm sure that what I opened up was a dungeon type thing that I opened, but I have not gone into it yet. So like I said, I've been on almost 12 hours in this game and still haven't. I don't think I've gotten quite to the meat of it yet.
Mm,
And
no.
that's not. It shouldn't take me that long. I don't think. I mean, I'm not a slouch player by any means, but
Yeah, no.
man, I don't know.
It's
It's
tough.
yeah,
It was tough to get to the point where you needed to get to in order to make any type of I don't even know how to say it, like advancement, right? Like
yeah,
how do we advance? Where do we go from here? That was my thing, and it kept being kind of a constant thing. Where do we go? Where do we go? And I was really relying on Brooke because, of course, Brooke was playing it with us, and I'm like, where do you go? What is this? How do I fit into this spot here?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think like there's just so many things in here. Um, the combat seems kind of basic. Dodge attack, dodge attack. I mean, it's not that like you can stun them or
so
I
far,
don't
yeah,
know.
I didn't see any
Yeah.
type of stun tactics or any of that stuff. So
And when you attack more than once, it does some pretty funky. Yeah, like I'm using a sword currently, so our saber. So I mean, it's doing quick damage, but there's not a lot of it's a one button thing, Govan.
it's a one
Yeah.
button thing.
It's a one button thing, and it's like the cards don't come into play unless you're doing them like before things and yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Mm, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I thought the
like
combat was a little wonky myself. I mean, I did try to, um, I tried to understand the combat. For some odd reason, I kept rubber banding in weird ways. Like my body would twist funny, and I'd have my umbrella in one hand, and I'd have the sword in the other. For every time I
yeah.
switched to my sword, the umbrella popped out. Didn't give me an option. Nothing.
Yeah, and then trying to switch, it's like, okay, so you're out in the woods and there's in the distance, there's something going on. And I happen to be, I'm picking flowers, whatever the hell I'm doing, because I'm a squirrel. It happens. And so I need to go either from my axe or my pickaxe or whatever I'm using, and all of a sudden switch to a weapon, and it's like it's not making the switch at
It
all.
is.
So
It
I'm a little
is.
bit disappointed that that's a little laggy. I don't know, man. I know this is early access, okay? This is early access. So I am really, really hoping that we're gonna see some changes as things go around.
When did it actually come out? I guess when we're talking about early access, right? We're talking
Well, when did it originally come into
yeah.
access?
It's been out for a while. It's been out for a couple of years, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're
So
right on that one
yeah, I'm just
because didn't it come
curious.
out 24?
February 20th, 2024.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's already
been a couple
yeah,
years.
2 years old. So
Yeah, but we have a lot of games that sit in early access for a long
yeah,
time.
yeah, for a
And
long
it
time.
depends on, who's working on them. We've got a couple of games that, it's a two-man show that they're working on. So we give
Right.
them some grace.
Yeah, we'll give them a little grace for sure.
Yeah. So
But I mean I am, and I'm not, like I said, it's not like I wouldn't go back and look at, because it is a building game, and what I did as far as building, it seemed to work fine. The different structures, they had the wood structures were pretty neat. The stone structures, I built a little bit of those because
yeah,
I
I
go
did
through
too.
and it was easy enough to turn and to move and to snap into place. Everything snapped just fine. The building was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't, but it was doable, and it was okay. The look of it was fine. One of the things, yeah, I didn't get further into the different building pieces, but Brooke did, and he said
Yes.
that there were some pretty neat pieces, and I looked at his stuff, and they do have some neat pieces, and of course I get into the neat pieces because I build large things sometimes. Like,
Yeah, you
so,
do.
but yeah, I thought that was okay.
Yeah, they get into like a Victorian house,
Yeah,
when you get farther in. Like again, you have to buy into that. You have to have so many of whatever their currency is to get to that. So, I'm not gonna write this game off,
no, probably not.
but I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna put it on a shelf for a little while
Little
just
Well, I
shelf.
mean,
to see.
so it looks like they've already had an expansion on it too, though, for an early access game. Because I
Yeah,
was looking at it, it's a Nightingale City.
yeah. The city, we didn't even make it to the city. There were, I mean,
No,
we
we
did not.
haven't even gotten there. So I don't even yeah, and I don't even know how long. Yeah,
Could be a little while. It could be a little while before we make it to the city. I mean, I'm sure, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and go, "Oh, that was horrible because of this." But I mean, there are certain things that I expect in a game that has been out for a certain period of time, and quite frankly, I was a little disappointed because I was excited about it. And my whole I was on the excited bus because I really
right.
wanted this game to be something that I could, really get into and write home about. But it to me, I fell off of the excitement probably about 2 hours into it. And it kind of bored me, and it put me in a state of mind where, you know what, I need to step back from it because I couldn't really analyze what was going on inside the UI and all of this stuff and everything that you're getting into. You couldn't keep track of what was this, what was that. I go through, do some tutorials, look at some stuff. Maybe it'll be a little bit different. Play longer. As always, once you play a game for a longer period of time, it's got to keep your interest, though. That's my biggest thing. It's got to keep your interest. But the longer periods of time you play, of course, you learn how to do things. So
Yeah,
keeping my interest is going to be a big deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot to this too. There are so many different pieces of the UI that yeah, and the card thing, I still don't know how it all works. I really truly don't. Other than you can also make the cards, that's in your crafting as well. I don't even know how they all come into play.
Yeah,
So there's so much to this game. And if that is your thing, by all means pick this game up.
absolutely.
I mean, the progression system, and it's wow, multitudes of realms. You can have up to 6 people in your multiplayer, which would be great, I'd imagine, when you get into some of the higher apex predators and
Yeah,
whatnot. So
that might be a lot of fun with a bunch of people, and you get everybody together, and you're just out to have some fun. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm just bashing on this game because I mean, I really don't feel like I want to bash on it. I need more, maybe some time with it. That's gonna put me in a state of mind because I got bored. I just literally got bored with some of it. So
yeah, and one thing we'll say: the umbrella is like a short flight item as well. I don't know if we mentioned that.
no, I
And
don't.
you do have the opportunity at some point to ride, I believe, because that's one of the stations you can build as a saddle station. So that will help your speed and whatnot. So anyway, yeah. It's an open world builder survival, it's right up our alley. So I'm gonna just give it a minute and let's see what happens.
You're making it sound like the Tarkov of survival games.
Oh my
The Tarkov of survival games. Yes.
okay.
Like, there's people who love Tarkov, but like it's a first person shooter that they didn't do what everybody else did to make it playable. Like in Tarkov, you don't have gamer tags over people's heads, so you don't know who's on your team. So you can actually team kill all the damn time. And like, there's just as Viva La Dirt League put it best. It feels like when they made the game Tarkov, they wanted the whole gameplay experience just to feel like being punched in the dick.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
they
Right.
succeeded.
Right.
Okay. Okay, then. Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's a lot more to this. I think I'm just going to give it a minute and I'm going to go back. That's it. It needs a fair shake.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it depends on the whole fair thing. And I'm going to say this now: giving something a chance is giving something a chance. But when it's hard when you're already in a state of mind where you need to learn the process. Is it going to make it funner? I hope so. That's my thing. I hope it makes it funner for me. I didn't really get into it. I was just a little disappointed because of the high hopes I had for it.
Well, and there's
But
so much we haven't touched. That's my thing.
right, yeah,
Okay, we haven't touched charms and how they work. I mean, you can create all these charms. You can upgrade your weapons. We haven't even been able to touch on that in
no,
12 hours.
yeah, Then again, I mean, we could be total. I mean, we are total amateurs at that game. There's people out there that have been playing that game for the last
2
2 years
years.
that'll tell
Mhm.
you, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we do it. And go on the Discord and give us the comments and maybe help us out a little bit with that so that we can
Yeah,
enjoy it as much as you guys are, right?
that would be awesome if somebody wants to, share, "Hey, you're doing it wrong." Great. Let's hear it. Yeah, we're doing it wrong. Let's figure it
Change
out
my mind,
together.
right?
Yeah, change my mind. I wanna hear about it. So, yeah. Love the whole idea of the game. Let's see if we can figure it out.
Yeah.
So, overall, we're just gonna, I mean, I don't think it's fair to even rate this at this point. Does that seem right? Do
You
you
don't want to rate it?
I don't wanna rate it. I feel dirty giving it a grade. It's you know? I
As of right now, I'm giving it like a 4. I mean, for me personally, based on the games that we do play and the fun factor for me was about a 4. It seemed like a lot more work than it was fun. Where games shouldn't be so much hard work, right? They should
Yeah.
just be fun. But then again, there's different people have different, different ideas of fun. So
Yeah, there's something that I have missed. I'm gonna go find it. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna give it a little higher than you. I'm gonna give you about a 6, okay? I'm going that because I know that there's so much more to this, just haven't experienced it as of yet. Because I know there's automatrons and there's so many different things, and that hub that we came in on, I know there's gonna be more gates, and it's just
okay.
there's so much more to it that we just haven't seen. And there's Nightingale for you in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Or not. Be
Uh,
your own judge on this one, folks, okay? Be your own judge.
All right. So homework before next podcast. What are you guys playing for next podcast?
Ooh,
Actually, next podcast, I'd like to have a guest on.
yes, we have talked about having a little guest.
Guess who?
Um, he's one of the. He was at one point. He was in the top 1% in Destiny. I don't know if you know that game, but he was in the top 1% in the world at one point in his career. Now, does he still love video games? Absolutely, he does the looter shooter type stuff. The Destiny and the high action combat type fire 'em up games and builds and things like that. And he's created a few builds in that aspect of it. But yeah, I'd like to have him on and have him talk about some of those games that we don't really play. There's not too often do we play the shooter games and things like that. But I think it'd be a good thing to have a little versatility on here.
Yeah, something like that. That's what we're calling it.
Yeah, versatility.
Do we wanna throw a name out there so maybe people will
I um no.
No? Okay, we're gonna wait.
I
There's
want
the
to, yeah,
there's your air of mystery there.
yeah.
Come back
I
and
think
find out who we're
we'll wait
talking
to.
about.
Some people may already know if you're in the community of Destiny and you listen to this, you'll probably know his name or tag, but I'm not going to put it out there. If you're into it, come back and see us. Let's have him
Yes.
on.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everybody getting together today. I know that you could have been off doing something much better than in the outdoors. And we will see everybody else next week.
Oh yeah. Thanks,
Oh,
Craig,
yeah.
for doing what we told you to do, like a good obedient bot.
Oh, shut up. Jesus.
He's not obedient. He's never been obedient.
Yeah, I don't know where he's getting all this stuff from because
Yeah.
He
Craig,
where are you
smells
getting this
funny.
obedience from? Where are you getting this obedience from? That's what I want to
get
know.
out of here. We want to thank everyone for sticking with us through the revamp of our podcast. If you like what you hear, you can support the show at patreon.com, The Third Faction Show. We will always be free, of course, but your support really does help. You can also leave us a review on your chosen podcast platform and at bonusroll.gg/directory. You can email the show at thethirdfactionshow@gmail.com. For other links on where to find us, visit the website at www.thethirdfaction.com, where you will find links to our Discord. Come and join us.